So what's interesting about the medical fitness side right now is very brick and mortar, very kind of clunky when it comes to prescribing exercise. So I think that the future for medical fitness is going to be on the digital side, and I think very soon you'll be able to see the healthcare systems be able to prescribe exercise to digital platforms, also to brick and mortar platforms, where people can be able to track all of their wellness, all of their fitness, all of their metrics. The one thing that I think is going to be interesting over the next few years is right now prescribing exercise is very much a push from the healthcare systems, and it just kind of sits out there and people are able to work out. But I think what's going to end up happening from a digital standpoint is that all of that content or all of the metrics that you're able to be able to track, whether it be a wearable technology or some type of digital fitness platform, that information is going to get pushed back to the healthcare systems. So no longer will the doctor be able to just prescribe exercise and hope that you do it, but then all of the club industry is going to be able to take that content or to take those measurables and push it back to the doctor. So when those patients and those members go back to their physicians, the physician's able to say, hey, you're on track. The prescription that I gave to you is actually working and making a difference. And so the one thing that I would challenge all of you out there today is to start contact with physicians that you know, medical practice groups that you know in your area, healthcare systems that you know in your area, because I do think that this is going to be a great opportunity for the club industry as a whole. And if you're not making those connections today, the technology is definitely going to be there soon. And so I think that it's something that is going to be a great opportunity for us moving forward, especially in these times with COVID. I think it's very important for you to do that. So in these crazy times, I think it's really important for everybody out there to remember that our most important resource as a leader are the people that work for us. I learned this a long time ago working for Horst Schulze and the Ritz-Carlton. It was one of the things that they ingrained in us, and it's one of the things that Ochsner ingrains in us too, is to understand that the people that work for us and that we work together, they are the most important resource in our service commitment to our members or to our patients, and everything that we do. The thing that I would just challenge you on is that when you think about that, is go back and understand what type of rhythms are you having and touch points are you having with the leaders that report to you or the employees that report to you. Some of the successes that I've seen in my organizations are all centered around how often do you communicate with your employees. So for example, at the Ritz-Carlton and at Ochsner, we do lineups or huddles every single day. So I have a touch point and a rhythm with my leaders and my employees every single day. And in that time period, we're able to communicate, we're able to train people, inform employees, we're able to give them recognition, and we're also there to help celebrate big wins, small wins, just give them thanks for what they do. And those touch points that we have every single day will build trust. And so when you go through challenging times like we're going through today, they will all be on board, they know what is expected of them, and you will definitely win in the end by just understanding that those resources are your most important ones. So I think most people would say saying goodbye to 2020, right? But you know, the way I look at this is that every opportunity or every problem that you might face is an opportunity for you to get better, for you to learn something. So I went through Hurricane Katrina here in New Orleans, was stuck at a hotel with hundreds of people for 5 days. It was extremely life-changing for me. And I looked at that problem as something that I was able to look back on and be able to learn from. And it made me a better leader, and it definitely made me a better person, a better father, a better husband. And then I take a look at COVID in 2020, how many ups and downs that we've had personally, professionally, in the industry. It's just been an unbelievable time to live through, right? But don't waste that time that we've had in 2020 on just making sure it just kind of goes away. Look back on it, and one of the things we're going to be doing from a strategy standpoint before the end of the year is looking back on what did we do in 2020 during all of these changes? What did we do well? What did we do not so well? What could we learn from? And then what we're going to do is we're going to manage and lead through the new norm in 2021. And I would just challenge you as a club operator to do the same. Look back on 2020. What did you do well? What did you do not so great? Learn from from that opportunity. Don't look at it as a problem. And then take next year and try to figure out exactly what the new norm is going to be and manage and lead your people to that new normal.